In my previous video, I spoke about the number 70 having significance, and I said that by 2018, by the end of 2018, I thought something significant would happen because that would represent 70 years after 1948, the year that Israel, the state of Israel, became a nation. So I found something here confirming my my theory, and that is the meaning of numbers. The number 70. Okay. 70 has a sacred meaning in the Bible that is made up of the factors of two perfect numbers, 7 representing perfection and 10 representing completeness and God's law. For example, there's the 10 Commandments as given by God to Moses. And such, it symbolizes perfect spiritual order carried out with all power. It can also represent a period of judgment. 70 elders were appointed by Moses. Numbers 11:16. After reading the covenant God gave him to read to the people, Moses took 70 elders along with Aaron and his sons up Mount Sinai to have a special meal with God himself. Exodus 24:9 through 11. Ancient Israel spent a total of 70 years in captivity in Babylon. Jeremiah 29 verse 10. 70 is also specially connected with Jerusalem. The city kept 70 years of Sabbaths while Judah was in Babylonian captivity. Jeremiah 25 verse 11. 70 sevens is 490 years. And this was determined upon Jerusalem for it to complete its transgressions, to make an end for sins and for everlasting righteousness, to enter into it. Daniel 9:24. So we can see that this could be the end of the transgressions or the fulfillment of the time of the Gentiles. It says that something about the fullness. Blindness has happened in part to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles become in. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but the fullness of the Gentiles, perhaps that is the end of 2018. Appearances of the number 70. Terah, the father of Abraham, who was not his oldest son, had his first male child at 70. Well, that's interesting. Canaan, the fourth biblical patriarch mentioned in Scripture, had his first son at the age of 70. Didn't I tell you that the number 70 was significant? I couldn't put my finger on it, but I just knew it. Israel in Egypt had its beginnings with Joseph rising in power in Pharaoh's court and Jacob migrating his entire household into the land. A total of 70 Israelites started a nation within another nation that would grow to more than 2 million by the Exodus. All right, let's see. 70 elders, not counting the high priest, composed Israel's great tribunal. Exodus 24 verse 1 and Numbers 11 verse 16, which was eventually called the Sanhedrin. It was this body of elders that hated Christ so much that they were the driving force in the New Testament to have Jesus killed by whatever means available. For example, by betrayal, lying witnesses, false accusations, lying to the Romans that he broke Roman laws, etc. 70 disciples were sent out by Christ on a training mission to preach the gospel to the surrounding area. Luke 10. How is the number 70 related to Jesus' parables? Well, the Bible records Jesus Christ giving at least 70 parables during his ministry. These parables listed by the first gospel they are found in below. The book of Matthew. I won't go over these, but I'm just going to scroll down and you can read this. Salt of the earth, light of the world, birds of the air fed by God. Consider the lilies and amazing flowers God has created. They will be known by their fruits. House built on a rock. Additional information on the biblical meaning of 70. The prophet Ezekiel was taken by God in vision to Jerusalem to be shown 70 elders of Israel defiling themselves by offering incense to their idols. See Ezekiel 8. All right, well, I hope that helps. This was a rather short video, but I wanted to give some reference material that 70 was a significant number in the Bible, and then to think about what could possibly happen by the end of 2018, which would represent 70 years after Israel became a nation in 1948. 70 plus 1948 equals 2018. So I'm suggesting, not predicting, but suggesting that something very, very significant will happen by the end of 2018. Let's see if I'm right.